TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Norvell Austin, what are your thoughts on Norvell?
Norvell was another another good wrestler that I met. I mean, he was an older wrestler, and in fact, man, I think I brought life to him. You know, as come up with at the time, Michael Jackson was hot as that pretty young thing. Repeat after me, you know, nah, 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 and we got the gimmick from Jerry Lawler back in Memphis. Lawler seen the gimmick and he said, "Wow, I got something. I got a name for you all. Pretty young thing. Go to the mall and get your red zipper jackets, you know, and go find that glove, that sparkling glove." See, Lawler was a genius, man. He's a genius coming up with ideas. Same as he came up with this Kamala gimmick. You know, I mean, he just looked at Jim this one time and said, "Go home. Don't want nobody to see you." And he really came up with the Kamala gimmick just as well as he came up with the pretty young things and stuff like that.
What are your thoughts about Rick Rude? He was in the territory at this time.
Rick Rude, I didn't really know him personally. I mean, I knew him personally, but I will say we didn't hang out together a lot. But when we hung out, he was really nice to me. You know, I thought he was an excellent wrestler. I mean, what I'm saying, he wasn't really a wrestler. He more of a brawler, you know, the type of Rick was. But he kept himself in good shape, and man, he always had pretty women around him.
Huh. Now, I remember when you were the P.Y.T. gimmick, you and your partner had some awesome matches with Eddie Gilbert and Tommy Rich.
Oh, yes.
The wild brawls all over the arena and stuff like that. I still watch the tapes to this day.
Yes,
so.
yeah.
What are some of your memories of those matches?
Man, it was just, I tell you what, God bless his heart. He's gone on. That's Eddie Gilbert. Man, what a talented guy he was. Man, he was, you know, he was born to be a wrestler and a good genius to be a good booker for this business. And I just think the world of the Gilbert family. You know, I know Doug real well, and man, I like I said, knew Eddie, and then I know Tommy. You know, of course, I knew Tommy and all those guys. You know, Tommy and Eddie first, and then and of course Doug. He was just a little kid, you know, and we all used to ride to Louisville and Kentucky together, and Evansville, Indiana. Man, it just kind of just took me, you know, under their wings. And man, I just have nothing bad to say about the Gilbert family. Just God bless you.
How about Tommy Rich?
Tommy Rich too, man. He's another one. You know, one time I'll show you how Tommy was a super guy. One time I needed $150 to buy me some tires. I didn't have any money. I didn't have enough money, and I wanted some tires for I had a green Pontiac. And Tommy wrote a $150 check. Said, "Here, go get your tires." That's when he was on top. So you know, when he was letting it rock and stuff like that.
Right.
But I never did forget. He never did say, "Koko, I don't have it," or he just never did. Just didn't ditch me and stuff like that.
Right.
Because he was on top, but he just saw my needs, man. You know, and he came and I never forgot it. Every time I see Tommy, I think about that. He gave me $150 when I didn't have it to give me a set of tires. And God bless you, Tommy.
Bill Dundee as a booker, was he a good booker, you think, or?
Well, you know, Dundee, he was all right. But Dundee is better when he can work with somebody else. I think to be an outstanding booker, I think you gotta work with somebody that's not really in the ring. It's not in the ring. It's someone who's on the outside, and they can visualize.
You think he pushed himself too much? You mean?
Well, he's just like every other booker. You know, I mean, what the heck?
Huh.
You know.
Now you left the territory. You went to Georgia, I believe, right?
No, I never did get it. I just did TV there once.
Was Ole booking at the time when he was down there?
Right.
What are your initial impressions of Ole?
Ole Anderson, he was just another guy that I met, and he always respected me. You know, he shook my hand, and a lot of guys said, you know, Ole was an asshole or whatever, but I never did. Like I said, I can only say this, and being honest, I can only say this, what I experienced with these guys. You know, I'm not going to cut this guy down if he hadn't done anything to me. Even just like the guy in the WWE now, Bischoff. I never met Eric Bischoff.
Right.
Everybody say he's an asshole, but I never met him. You know what I'm saying? I know one thing, he's a talent guy. He speaks very well. I mean, he does his job great.
Right.
I mean, if not, Vince wouldn't hire him.
True.
So that's the only thing I can see about Eric Bischoff, you know, and I just hate that I missed the opportunity. I wished I could have made him back then that got on that contract, you know.
JYD in Georgia, you teamed up with them, I believe. And what are your memories of teaming with JYD?
I just teamed up with JY just a little bit.
I think you worked maybe with the Road Warriors, right?
Yeah, I can't remember who we worked with. But it was, I know Jay, you know, that's a great friend, Junkyard Dog. Man, he was super in Baton Rouge. He was just like another. Here we go. Lawler had his kingpin, his run in Memphis. Hulk Hogan had his in the WWF. JYD had his down in Mid-South.
Right.
He was the dog down there, and everybody knew it because everybody root, you know. But JYD was, but he never did let the business get to his head. That's what I like about these guys. They never did let the wrestling just get to their head. They always, if you was polite, hey Hulk, can you do this for me? I can't do this right now, but you didn't mind taking time to shaking your hands or wanting an autograph or anything like that. And that means a lot. You know what I'm saying? That means a lot to me.